Rogue former Coalition MP George Christensen has prompted one of the early shocks of the 2022 election campaign, announcing he will run for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party at May 21st election. Key points. After quitting the LNP last week, the former Coalition MP announced he'd run for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. After quitting the LNP last week, the former Coalition MP announced he'd run for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party. It's still unclear if Christensen will recontest his seat of Dawson, as One Nation has already selected a candidate. It's still unclear if Christensen will recontest his seat of Dawson, as One Nation has already selected a candidate. Hanson will commit to fielding candidates in all 151 federal electorates, a considerable increase from the 2019 election. The vocal critic of COVID-19 restrictions and vaccinations had declared his intention to retire from Parliament after holding the regional Queensland seat of Dawson for the Nationals since 2010. Last week he quit the Liberal National Party, concerned the Nationals had surrendered their conservative values during the merger with the Liberal Party in Queensland. "My resignation should come as no surprise given the public disenchantment I have expressed about the party's direction," he posted on social media. It is not clear whether Mr. Christensen will try to recontest Dawson, as One Nation has already selected Julie Hall as its candidate for the seat. At the 2019 election, Mr. Christensen recorded a massive 11.3% swing toward him, something coalition members put down to his personal brand in North Queensland. The details of Mr. Christensen's tilt for election in 2022 are expected to be revealed at a press conference with One Nation leader Pauline Hanson later this morning. Senator Hanson will today commit to fielding candidates in all 151 House of Representatives contests. "It's taken almost 12 months to bed down the team we're taking to voters at this election," she said in a statement. "It's a significant step up from the 2019 election, when we fielded candidates in about a third of Australian electorates. It's been made possible only with enormous support from One Nation's membership, which has grown exponentially during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns forced onto Australian communities the past 2 years." Firebrand MP's trail of controversy. George Christensen has been no stranger to controversy during his time in federal parliament, causing a number of headaches for Prime Minister Scott Morrison's government during the COVID-19 crisis. The Firebrand MP has been one of the most vocal critics of pandemic restrictions and quit a lucrative position as a chair of a parliamentary committee after urging parents to avoid getting their children vaccinated against COVID-19. Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce, also Mr. Christensen's leader in the Nationals party room, were repeatedly called on to reprimand the Queensland backbencher for peddling his theories. Mr. Joyce dismissed Mr. Christensen's criticism after he resigned from the party that the Nationals had strayed from its conservative foundations. During a speech to Parliament last year, Mr. Christensen likened COVID-19 restrictions to the despotic regimes of Nazi Germany and the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. Last year, he said he was quitting Parliament to spend more time with his young family. In 2017, Mr. Christensen quit his role as National Party whip, arguing he was constrained from speaking his mind on policies. M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Watch 4 minutes 54 seconds 4 minutes and 54 seconds the key battlegrounds in the 2022 federal election.